I wasn't supposed to see it. Wasn't supposed to be the guy sitting in a rain-soaked car at 2 in the morning, heart splitting open, watching my wife slip into a cheap motel room with her boss. But that night, everything I thought I knew about my marriage died. My name is Nathan Porter, Nate to most people, and for 12 years I believed I had a solid life. Not perfect, not glamorous, but built on trust, routine, and love. Melanie was my world. We shared stories over dinner, laughed about work, planned vacations we rarely took. It was simple. Until it wasn't. The signs were there: new clothes, late nights at the office, a strange distance creeping into her eyes, but I didn't see them. Or maybe I just didn't want to. Then came the night she walked through the door with her blouse buttoned wrong, smelling faintly of whiskey and a man's cologne that wasn't mine. That night, something cold and heavy settled in my stomach. Still, I held on. Still, I trusted her. Until the night I followed her. Until the night I watched Alex Davidson, her boss, open the door to room 114 and kiss her like she was his. And she didn't push him away. That was the moment the life I'd built crumbled into ash. When she got home, pretending to be exhausted from office work, I confronted her. She denied it. Then she cried. And then she admitted everything. 2 months, kisses in the office, dinners that turned into hotel rooms, and feelings the one word that stabbed the deepest. I left that night, not to punish her, but just to breathe. In the quiet of a cheap hotel room off the highway, I realized something brutal. I wasn't just betrayed, she was being manipulated. Alex had done this before, multiple times. It was a pattern of predatory behavior hidden behind a perfect smile and a corner office. And Melanie, she fell for it. My anger didn't disappear, but it twisted. It wasn't just fury at her anymore, but at him. I wasn't ready to forgive, but I was ready to fight. Mel told me everything, shame choking her voice. Alex had groomed her. He flattered her, pushed boundaries, promised promotions, promised a future. He made her feel chosen until she wasn't. The moment she told him I knew, he brushed her off like she was a burden. There was already someone new he was circling? A 24-year-old assistant named Jessica? That's when something inside Melanie shifted. Her guilt transformed into determination. I want to stop him, she said. Not for us, but for every woman he'll hurt next. For the first time since everything collapsed, I saw something in her eyes I recognized. Courage. We gathered evidence texts, emails, voice recordings, journal entries she'd hidden because she was so ashamed. And then we walked into Silver Creek RV sales together, straight into Alex's office. He tried to charm his way out of it. Then he tried to threaten us. Then he panicked. Because Melanie didn't flinch, not this time. She handed him an envelope filled with his own words, the promises, the threats, the manipulation. Evidence of a pattern stretching back years. His face drained of all color. Minutes later, HR escorted him out of the building. For the first time in months, I could finally breathe. But exposing Alex didn't magically fix us. Melanie's betrayal still cut deep, a slow healing wound I couldn't ignore, even while helping her bring him down. We moved carefully around each other like polite strangers sharing a profound grief. Then she asked me the question I wasn't prepared for. Will you try counseling with me? Not to save the marriage immediately, but just to understand the ruins. I agreed, not because I forgave her, but because 12 years mattered. Counseling wasn't pretty. It hurt. It ripped open every part of us we'd silently let rot. But slowly, painfully, we found the parts worth saving. The friendship, the history, the comfort, the love that never truly died, and the willingness to try. Months passed. We started dating again, awkward at first, then warm, then familiar. We talked honestly about our needs, fears, our loneliness, and the silent drift that had led us here. One night, after dinner at the restaurant where we had our very first date, she asked quietly, "Do you still love me?" I never stopped, I admitted. That's what made it hurt so much. She cried, and I held her. For the first time in what felt like a lifetime, it didn't feel wrong. We moved slowly, rebuilding trust brick by brick, not forgetting, but healing. A year later, we stood on a beach for our anniversary. The same week, everything had fallen apart. She whispered, "Why did you stay?" I answered honestly, Because you chose to fight for us. Because 12 years means something. Because love isn't perfect, but sometimes it's worth rebuilding. She pressed her forehead against mine and said, I won't waste this second chance. Neither will I. We aren't the same couple we once were. We're better scarred, but stronger, wounded, but wiser. Our marriage didn't survive because the betrayal didn't happen. It survived because after the betrayal, after the truth, after all the tears, we both chose each other again. And sometimes that choice, messy, painful, imperfect, is the truest kind of love.